This paper is at least 100 years old and I am going to paint it. This old music paper was hiding on the shelf of a second-hand shop. I went to the shop with the intention of finding old paper to use for painting, but I did not expect to find this. Still, I took it home with me and I have painted on it once before, way before YouTube, and at the time I thought of that painting as a failure. Now, about a year later, I want to give it another go. I know that it is possible to make something unique with this paper. I just need to find the courage to go do something with it. Is it allowed to paint on something this old? What if I mess up? Go paint something else. Just don't risk it. What if people get offended? You don't want to feel bad. Just return to your printer paper. Maybe I'll just drop it. But what if it goes well? What if people do like it? What if you even like it? Even if you mess up, you will learn a bunch. You want to make a beautiful painting on this paper, so do it. The amount of reasons I've come up with to not make this video is alarming. Dear friends, it was a journey, but I promise you it was worth the stress. To help creativity flow freely, I needed to make myself comfortable. The idea of failing locked me up completely, and the cure for that usually is comfort. So I took all my sketching supplies to the sofa and sketched whatever came to mind. Apparently that was flowers, which got me thinking. Flowers could be fitting for this type of paper. What if you could live in a flower? Just for a little while. Hide away from the world. Read a book in peace, surrounded by soft colors and filtered sunlight, swaying gently in the wind. And like that, an idea was born. Fantasy flowers on fancy paper. Definitely inspired by the mental state I was in, but who cares? I really liked the idea. I worked out a few more flowers to figure out the shape and the colors I preferred for the painting. I really wanted to make something beautiful. With that in mind, I decided to use my Caran pencils and Daniel Smith paints. I don't use these items much because they are so valuable that I constantly feel like I need to become a better artist before I can allow myself to use them. Which is silly, those are silly thoughts. Being able to stop that inner voice is probably impossible. But it might be possible to gain some mental ground right now by looking those fears in the eye and telling them that they are irrelevant. Dear insecurities, you are excused. So I've gotten pretty far with sketching. I really like this idea of a flower retreat that you can mentally hide in, that you can visualize for yourself and just go sit and relax and close the curtains to the world a little bit. I've made some sketches, I tried my fancy color pencils on the sketches, and I will make more sketches. The sketching phase was done and it was really getting time to get started on painting. But I also was so excited to see how this paper reacts to paint. I remember from the first time that it wasn't always easy to work with. It is not exactly watercolor paper, to put it like that. But the paper was nice and obedient, for now. So you probably don't want to hear this, but the whole room smells like cigars due to the smell that comes off of this paper. Whomever owned this paper collection before me was clearly very fond of tobacco. By the way, I am not speeding up the painting footage in this video, so that you can see what's going on a little bit better. Is this an improvement, or would you rather see things sped up? Let me know down in the comments, I would love to hear from you. If you look at this, I'm wondering if this empty space here is a little bit dull. But I do want to give credit to the music paper. I want the music paper to shine. Although I can't read notes, I have no idea what sort of music this is. Maybe it's a very silly song. If it is, please let me know. Or maybe don't. Color-wise, I decided to limit the options a little to prevent myself from using too many colors. I mixed up some reds, some oranges and some yellows, and I was mixing without being too precise about it. I have now painted the paper so much that it's starting to protest at me. There's little bits of papery thingies that are coming off, so I think the paper is starting to be done with me. And that means that it's time to start focusing on details and be very careful about it so that I don't ruin the paper more. It is paper that really can handle a lot, considering that it is not made for watercolor. The watercolor paint just dries up so nicely in there. It dries up very fast as well. You don't have a lot of time to correct any mistakes if you've made one. So what I've been doing to hide little mess ups is made it wet and dab it like I usually do, and then I go over it with a very light wash so it mellows out a little bit, and now it just looks like it's part of the flower rather than a line that I wasn't very happy with. So it adds to it instead of looking weird, if that makes sense. In case you can't make sense of what I'm painting here, please allow me to explain. My imagination knows no limits and comes up with all sorts of weird. This is an example of what happens when the world feels a little much. It comes up with a fictional place to hide. Here you can see me work on the stairs that lead up to a door that only opens for you. Indoors, it will look precisely like how you want it to look. The interior magically transforms at will. There are no other people there, only you. And when you feel like you're done hiding, you can return again to the real world. Usually, I would give my creations a name, but I am struggling a bit with this one. Is it a magical hideout? Fantastic flower power? Enchanted escape? Oh, I don't know. How would you name this painting? Oh, the painting turned out so well! I am so happy with the result, and I cannot wait to make another painting on this beautiful music paper. That was all for today. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this somewhat unusual painting process. I would like to thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and then I will see you in the next video. Bye!